Hey, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about just in time and what that means. Just in time is manufacturing and inventory management strategy that aims to minimize inventory levels and reduce waste by synchronizing production with customer demand. It is a system where materials, parts, or products are delivered to production process or customer at the exact time they are needed, rather than being stored in inventory. Key principles and characteristics of just-in-time include demand-driven just-in-time operates based on customer demand, ensuring that products are produced or materials are supplied only when there is a specific order or requirement. This helps to avoid overproduction and expensive inventory. Perhaps for someone who haven't dealt in this kind of area, I'm not necessarily that I'm promoting this kind of business, but I can give you an example of this kind of business. That would be t-shirt business, right? So if you need to put into perspective what can be considered just in time, if there will be a platform like a website where you can collect customer orders, and if you once the order has been received, you can print a particular, I don't know, image on it depends, right? Image on the t-shirt and send it to the customer. You might need to hold some inventory of plain t-shirts, but once order has been received, you can print whatever image might be required based on customer instructions, and once it's been printed, you can send it to your customer. That to some extent can look like just in time. Myself, I have shared that as an example to give you some perspective of how that kind of business can look like. Minimal inventory. One of the primary objectives of just-in-time is to minimize or eliminate inventory carrying costs, such as storage, handling, and obsolete. Ideally, that's what you're looking at, obsolete, or if it's possible, the need of holding unnecessary inventory. If you were to hold, in this particular example that I share with you, if you were to hold, instead of plain t-shirts, if you were to hold different types of t-shirts with different images, just try to imagine how many different t-shirts you would need to set up in, I don't know, what's the traditional way of selling t-shirts in a shop. Hold 5 different types of t-shirts with different sizes and everything. Instead of perhaps doing that, you might be able to hold the plain t-shirts in your stock and print the image, and once it's been printed, send it directly to your customer. That can work this particular way. Uh, Instead of realizing on the pool system where items are pulled into production process as needed. Overall building inventory and storing that potentially can cost a lot of money, as well as shipping goods and some of the distribution channels. I don't know if this analogy is the best, but let's run with that. I'm gonna stick with this t-shirt example. Let's run with this example. Continuous improvement, just in time, encourages continuous improvement in the process and the elimination of waste. This is often associated with the Japanese concept Kaizen, popularized in car manufacturers, used by car manufacturers overall in Japan, which involves constant incremental improvements in quality, efficiency, and productivity. Quick setup and changeover times, reducing the time it takes to set up and change over production equipment is crucial. There's a different system that's called for that. I think it's called SMED, single exchange of die. I think it's referring to that. JIT, shorter setup time enables more frequent production runs or smaller batch sizes, which align with customer demand. Supplier partnerships, just in time, often involves close relationships with suppliers. Suppliers are expected to deliver materials and companies in a small, frequent shipments in accordance with production schedules. This helps to ensure smooth and effective supply chain. Quality control. Quality control is integrated in the just-in-time system with a focus on production defect-free. In perfect world, usually in the contract there's about 5%, let's say, yeah, defect-free products from the offset. Defecting and addressing quality issues early in the production process is essential to avoid disruption in rework. Flexibility. Just-in-time systems need to be flexible and responsive to changes in customer demand or production requirements. This adaptability is a key element in maintaining efficiency and customer satisfaction. Kanban system, use of Kanban system, which uses visual cues, i.e. cards or signals, to trigger the production to a replacement of items is common in just-in-time. Kanban helps manage the flow of materials and production in a controlled and effective manner. Just-in-time is widely used in manufacturing industries such as automotive, electronics, and aerospace, but its principles have also been applied in other sectors, including services industries like healthcare and retail. The benefits of just-in-time includes reduced inventory costs, improved quality, increased efficiency, and faster response to changes in demand. However, it also requires effective supply chain management, strong relationships with suppliers, and careful planning to avoid disruptions in overall supply chain and the way how you are managing it. For those of you who are interested to find out more, I have published a book. In the book, I'm sharing a lot of information about some of the ways of how to think about business, how to structure a business strategy, and to the very least, part of research that you should do before starting a business if you have existing business, and some of ideas that you can implement in your already running an existing business. There's something for everyone. Some of the examples that I'm using in this book are geared towards elements of video games. I thought that would be interesting concepts to share, or perhaps one of the ways to explain how business can operate, or lack of better understanding in real world examples, how to structure a business, how to manage resources, how to operate everything. You can find this book in the description under this video on my company's website, as well as top retailers. If I'll be using the same example that I have used before, if I'll just go perhaps in more detail for just-in-time systems and perhaps implementation for on-demand printing business, digital print on-demand technology is an on-demand printing business. The core technology in digital printing equipment implementing just-in-time starts with having high-quality, versatile digital printers capable of producing various printing products quickly and effectively. Customer orders, instead of printing large quantities of various products and storing them in your inventory, the on-demand printing business waits for customers' orders to come in. This can be throughout online storefront, walk-in customer services, or business-to-business clients. Production keys. Once the order is received, it enters the production queue instead of printing the entire order at once. Just-in-time principles come into play. The order is broken down into individual print jobs based on specific production requests, or whichever way you believe it might be best to structure a business. You might have a platform or software where customers potentially can make orders, and once order comes in, that queue can be then processed by your printers. Print as needed. The just-in-time system ensures that only the necessary quantity of each production is printed when needed. For example, if customer order 100 flyers, the system will print exactly 100 flyers, no more. The digital printing equipment is capable of producing these items swiftly. Material management, just in time also applies to material management. The business keeps minimal stock of printing materials such as paper, ink, and toner, but ensures contact supplier from suppliers based on usage and reorder points. This minimizes exceeds material storage and cost. Some of the business might want to have just perhaps overall 30 or perhaps even less, 15% of overall capital investment in either that would be supplies, overall equipment, and how we can manage that. That would potentially, if you would begin yourself and learn from on-demand printing, once you start that, you can progress in more complicated management processes of a large business like automotive, aerospace, or construction. Thanks for watching, and see you next one.